Yeah, and the thing is, at the moment, we're talking all the time about staff wellness, aren't we?
I know, it's like the biggest thing, because obviously you want to engage as much as possible with your staff.
Yeah.
And part of it is to take care of them.
Yeah.
We're in the industry of wellness.
Yeah.
We should be taking care of them, but it is an extra budget for sure.
It is an extra budget, and it's how can you afford that? And I just think it's about thinking, not big necessarily. You don't have to think that it has to be a massive day out, or, you have to give them, a big adventure or whatever it may be. It's thinking smaller and also working around it. So a client I've got, they do treatments on each other, but they come in an hour earlier, so it's the cost of the treatment, but they're getting that sort of wellness factor in terms of they're still getting something, whether it's a massage or whatever it may be, but you're adding it out, or on their day off they're welcome, they can come in. And so it's thinking about ways of being able to treat them, but maybe not always in a huge monetary value.
For sure. And it's interesting what you perceive as a salon owner or as an owner that what is it that they want. But I remember when you're talking about treatment on each other, I remember a salon owner saying every year I was taking them away to, the Scotland, and I was doing a really nice day in a spa and blah, blah, blah. And she said one year I did not know what to do for their kind of yearly treat, and she asked them, and they said, we just want to spend time with you and just do treatment on each other and actually have a nice meal. And that was it. And she said, what I thought was going to cost me £2,000 was ending up being just literally, about £400 or £500 as a nice treat for them. So what you've got in mind as a staff wellness doesn't necessarily mean it's what it is that they want. For
what they want. And also, the little things, it's not forgetting that the little things make up, maybe every Friday you do, a breakfast morning or something, and that doesn't have to be massively costly. It's your croissants and your bits and pieces, but maybe that's and that's a treat. It is looking after them. Or in the staff room, you're putting fruit in the daytime, or it's treat day on a Monday, or just, it doesn't always have to be huge, but it's just the little things, and thinking outside of the box. So if you're one of your friends is a yoga teacher or something, you could ask her just to come in and do a yoga session. I mean, you might not have any friends that are yoga teachers, but maybe they're artists or crafts, and you do, a pottery morning or something, but you've got people around you as well. So it's trying to think outside of the box, being resourceful. Yeah, exactly.
But I think staff wellness is such a big subject, because we should be looking after their well-being, and there's more and more mental health issues. There's more and more people that are struggling with all sorts of perhaps personal situation. So equally you want to be there, equally there's that fine line of what is it that you can offer, isn't it? And I think sometimes the staff wellness is as simple as what is it that staff need at that particular point. Because I remember looking after a spa, and it's like, we do staff wellness, but when you looked on the Instagram, yes, it was, perfect day for yoga, but that was, a year ago, half an hour. Thank you very much. We ticked that box, and that was it. And that just but that to me is not staff wellness.
No.
So is that an element of, and a lot of times I haven't got time to come for yoga, or I don't want to do yoga, or whatever. So you're putting an effort into something that's not going to be relevant for the team. So have we asked them? As simple as that. What is it that you actually currently need in terms of your wellness, your well-being? Is it that you want to have a massage, but not in a salon, because it's always that you're chatting away together, and maybe I give you a spa voucher or whatever, and every time you've got an element of them feeling good for themselves?
Definitely, but that comes back to the cost as well, and that's what people are worrying about, is that all this new kind of invigorated thought processes on staff wellness costs money. Spa vouchers cost money, and this costs money. So yes, of course, if the budget allows it, but if you've got a salon owner who's saying they don't have the budget, so how can they look after the team? Then it's thinking about other things that they can do to show that they care, or show that they're looking after them. So whether that's even like I mean, maybe this sounds a bit airy-fairy, but you know, you do a Friday lunchtime walk day or something, you know, but you're getting out of the business. You're, you know, if you're based near a nice river or park or something, it's park lunch on a Friday or something.
Yeah, we've got a member who started doing meetings or team meetings as a walk.
Yeah.
And I think that was so good. So they're just walking for the team meeting, they have a little gathering around the bench, and then they just come back and they took some fresh air, and it's just completely different environment. I think that's brilliant. But it's engaging, I think, somewhere along the line where if you don't put it on the budget, it's catch-22 as well, you're not prioritising that either.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the line, yes, you might not be able to afford it, or are you spending too much money on stock, and some of it
or
could
somewhere
be actually
else, yeah,
somewhere else. Actually, when you really refine the budget, and that's why we're so budget focused.
Yeah.
Is that actually you can find that 200, 300, 400, 500 quid a month to treat the staff, or to make sure that they are also looked after. But I think a lot of time it's just not being prioritised.
No, and there's things out there. I mean, we interviewed recently the owner of the wellness card, and so there's things out there, and what that does is, I mean, you can use it in two different elements. So you can use it for the fact that for your clients, and they buy, you know, something where someone can visit a number of different places. But on the flip side of that, you use it for your staff so that they can, you know, they can gain, I suppose it's like a commission thing or a bonus thing. They get points if they hit those KPIs, or do that or do this, and then they build those points up, and then on that card, the wellness card, then gets to the value of £50 or whatever it may be, and they can choose what they want as a wellness, whether that be yoga, a spa voucher, or a cinema trip or something like that. So there's things out there that you can use for your team and the wellness, where you're creating the wellness around, you know, their performance as well.
I love that. I mean, I'm always such a big fan of that. But there's also an element of, I feel that sometimes we forget about the networking that you can do within the community. Is there a lovely coffee shop that everyone loves, that you talk to the owner and say, do you know what, I'd love to treat my staff. Can I just put, I don't know, £100, and once that's done for the month and that's it? Or can they all have a coffee? Can they, you know, that, and you just give me the bill at the end of the month, and that's just a coffee once a day, whatever it is. Coffee, tea, whatever. Or can you bring in some cake, and you know, and in exchange for treatments for you and your wife, whatever you can do. I think the element of the networking sometimes is a little bit lost, because we think that we have to do more social, more this, more that, but sometimes just a simple connection,
things that matter,
that's going to really bring a different connotation. We used to do exchanges all the time with businesses around us, you know, and usually you treated the husband, the wife, and the, and the daughter, and they'd be happy, like, what do you want? You know, and you can negotiate so much more. I think that's such a nice element. So all you have to do now is press the subscribe button and join us every week for an Insight Chat.
And if you have any burning questions that we haven't yet answered, then just pop in the comments below or send us an email, and we can include them in one of our weekly chats.
And also, we have started this amazing community of like-minded salon owners to join us on a monthly basis with our Insight Chat subscription.
Yeah, on that chat as well, you'll also get access to lots of free downloads and content that can really support you in your business.
And thank you so much for listening.
And we'll see you next time.